A gentle, melancholic piano melody begins like a faded music box. A soft, almost hesitant voice begins, laced with a wistful sadness. "Oh, darling, you wouldn't believe. Truly you wouldn't. It's not simply a matter of a bad holiday, no, that's reductive. It's an unraveling, a slow, creeping sense of disappointment that calcifies into something heavier. It begins, as these things often do, with an expectation. A fragile, foolish belief in a certain standard. I admittedly have exacting standards. It's a family trait. My grandmother, God rest her soul, would scrutinize the symmetry of her pierogies for hours. It wasn't just about the pierogies, you see, it was about principle, about a refusal to accept less than what was deserved. And honestly, shouldn't we all demand perfection? Is that so much to ask? I'd been dreaming of Sharm El Sheikh for months, poring over pictures, the turquoise waters, the promised opulence, the sheer escape. And the Charmillion Gardens Aquapark, well, it presented itself as paradise. A 5-star haven. A sanctuary, oh, the irony. It's almost amusing, isn't it, that such promises can be so violently broken. It started immediately, darling, the check-in. Can you imagine? I've never the reception staff, aggressive, unfriendly. It wasn't a mere lack of politeness, it was a palpable disdain. As if my very presence inconvenienced them, like I was a peasant daring to request entry into their castle. They favoured certain families, you see, showering them with attention while leaving others, my family, to languish in a queue, ignored, overlooked. It's fundamentally unfair, isn't it? A blatant disregard for equality. My mother, bless her, tried to intervene, to politely inquire about the delay, and was met with hostility. Honestly, it was rather vulgar. They just had this look on their face like you are not welcome. It was so rude, I don't even know how to describe it. You know what this reminded me of? When I was little, the children at school wouldn't let me play with them. Then the rooms, oh the rooms, let's just say dated is a gross understatement. Dilapidated feels closer. Condemned isn't entirely inaccurate. We were initially assigned a room that looked as though it hadn't been updated since the Cold War. The roof, darling, was literally crumbling. Chunks of plaster threatened to descend upon us with every gust of wind. The very structure felt unstable. It was profoundly unsettling. It spoke to a fundamental negligence, a lack of care. They didn't even care about our safety. We requested a change naturally, and were given another room, and then another, each identical in its state of decay. 3 rooms, each a testament to a forgotten era of building standards, each a depressing, dusty tableau of neglect. And the cleaning, my dear, the ground was sticky. Unidentified substances clung to the soles of your shoes. It wasn't merely untidy, it was unsanitary. A breeding ground for things. Imagine walking barefoot by the pool and feeling that. It's revolting. My mother, who is normally rather composed, actually recoiled. The sheer disregard for basic hygiene was frankly shocking. You know, my babushka always said a clean house is a sign of a clean mind. And this place. It screamed chaos. The service, or rather the lack of service, was equally appalling. Upon arriving, eager for a refreshing shower after the journey, we discovered no towels, no napkins, nothing, utterly bare. We contacted reception, bracing ourselves for a prompt response. 2 hours we waited. 2 hours spent feeling stranded, dehydrated, disrespected. 2 hours that could have been spent enjoying the supposed luxuries of the resort. 2 hours stolen from our precious vacation time. It's not just about the towels, darling, it's about the principle, the complete and utter disregard for basic guest needs. Okay, so I was, looking into what happens around Charmillion Gardens Aquapark Sharm El Sheikh, you know. It's supposed to be this nice place, but well, businesses here, they kinda have a way of doing things. It's just sad, honestly. Like a lot of the shops, especially if you wander towards Nama Bay, it's not right at the aquapark. But people go there from the aquapark, they try to get you to come inside by saying something about signing a guest book. Sounds harmless, right? But then once you're in, they just pressure you to buy things for way more than they ray worth. 8 times more, some people say. Can you believe that? I bet that tourist was just so annoyed. Probably ended up buying something just to get away, and then felt stupid about it later. And the shopkeeper, they probably just moved on to the next person, honestly. No consequences, you know. It's just how it is. And it's not just shops. Restaurants and stores too, they have different menus, one in Arabic, one in English. And the English one, always more expensive. Like always, they expect you won't notice, it's just rude. It's like they think tourists are walking ATMs. If I were a tourist, I'd be furious. Probably complain to the hotel, but I doubt it would go anywhere. And the restaurant, they'd probably just keep doing it. Then there are the spas. Oh, the spas. They advertise a price, a reasonable price, and then once you're lying there, they start suggesting upgrades and treatments you didn't ask for. You feel bad saying no, you know. And then the bill is like triple what you expected. That poor person probably felt so helpless, just had to pay it because they didn't want a scene. The spa, they probably counted that as a good day. And the taxis, oh my god, the taxis. They add extra charges for invented tolls, or for putting your bag in a different car with their friend. Like what even is that? They holding your stuff hostage. I bet that tourist was terrified. They probably paid just to get their belongings back, and then felt violated. And the taxi driver likely went and spent the money on something silly. And honestly, the whole sign my book thing is just pathetic. Like, why would I need to sign your book? Just to be pressured into buying something overpriced. It's so obvious a scam, I'd just walk away. But some people, they get stuck and they end up feeling so uncomfortable. It's so wrong, you know. It's just a bad place sometimes. Near Charmillion Gardens Aquapark, everything feels a little off.
Business near Charmillion Gardens Aquapark Sharm El Sheikh. A warning: if you are expecting a pleasant experience from the businesses around Charmillion Gardens Aquapark Sharm El Sheikh, prepare for disappointment. The area is plagued by tourist traps, inflated prices, and service so questionable it makes you wonder if basic competence was an afterthought. Let's start with SOHO Square Sharm El Sheikh, the so-called entertainment hub. This place is the definition of artificial charm: bright lights, loud noises, and absolutely nothing of substance. Visitors describe it as a glorified shopping mall where every store sells the same overpriced trinkets, and the dancing fountain is about as exciting as watching paint dry. The staff, some are outright rude, sarcastic with guests, and seem to believe hospitality means making you regret walking in. One family had to beg for chairs while security stood by, indifferent. If you want shopping, go to Nama Bay. It's the same thing, minus the fake spectacle. Then there's Fair's Seafood Janina City, a place where the term fresh seafood is used very loosely. Multiple reports of food poisoning, severe enough to send people sprinting to the pharmacy, should tell you everything. But the real scam is the pricing. They lure you in with displays of seafood, then pressure you into ordering the most expensive items without explaining costs. Some diners were charged for bread and water they never asked for, while others received completely wrong dishes, only for the staff to pick out the mistakes and serve them back half-fixed. If you enjoy paying luxury prices for questionable hygiene and aggressive upselling, this is your spot. Now, Space Sharm El Sheikh, a nightclub that makes you question the laws of physics. How can a place be so crowded yet so empty of fun? The free drinks are watered-down disasters, the air is thick with smoke, and the crowd is 98 local men staring at the few unfortunate tourists who wandered in. The DJ, some say he's good, others claim he has no idea what rhythm is. Either way, you're paying European club prices for an experience that feels like a poorly organized house party. And if you dare order a cocktail, check your bill. Some guests caught staff inflating prices mid-transaction. Finally, the Hard Rock Cafe Sharm El Sheikh, where even a global chain can't escape the curse of this area. The food? Overpriced and underwhelming, with burgers that taste like they were reheated in a microwave from 1992. The bathrooms, described as unusable and disgusting, which is impressive for a brand that should know better. And the scams. Oh yes, bait-and-switch drink deals, surprise charges, and VIP packages that turn out to be a chair in a corner with zero perks. What does this mean for travelers? If you're staying near Charmillion Gardens Aquapark, brace yourself. The businesses here operate on one principle: extract as much money from tourists as possible while delivering the bare minimum. Overcharging, poor hygiene, and apathetic service are the norm. Recommendations: eat and drink at your hotel. If you must venture out, research carefully. Many better options exist further from this area. And always check your bill. This isn't just bad luck, it's a pattern. And until something changes, consider this your warning.